afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and this afternoon I'm coming to you with basically an introduction to constraints video. A few weeks ago, I had a puzzle recommended to me, which was a numbered rooms puzzle by Angelo, and I couldn't solve it. The only numbered rooms puzzle I'd tried before that one was brutally hard, and I couldn't solve that one either. And yeah, I got completely stuck. And I was talking to Angelo about the puzzle, and while he suggested he could get me some hints and I could possibly work through it, what I said, what I'd really like to do is an introduction to numbered rooms puzzle. So something that would be a little bit more gentle, that would allow people who had never seen a numbered rooms puzzles before to explore the logic and be able to sort of get their feet wet with the constraint. He said he'd never seen a puzzle like that before, but that he would make one. And this is that puzzle. So thank you to Angelo, not just for allowing me to do the puzzle, but for creating it specifically so that people who'd never done a numbered rooms puzzle before could do something that was a little bit, that would allow you to explore the logic, but not be brutally hard. I don't know how hard this puzzle is. I have still never succeeded at a numbers rooms puzzle, but I'm hoping this will be the puzzle that I can. One thing I do wish to point out is I'm going to be providing 2 links to this puzzle because Chrome seems to randomly not render the clues for this puzzle correctly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm not sure why it seems to vary. So if you're having problems with the clues not rendering correctly, you can do what I've done and open it in Firefox, or there is a link that is using just standard numbers without the numbered rooms clues. Both of them have the solution embedded, so that should all be good. So let's get on to the puzzle. How do numbered rooms work? So numbered rooms clues. So first of all, it's a normal Sudoku. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Numbered rooms clues, however, are kind of like indexing, but with a bit of a twist. So what it means, and I'll read out the rules. Numbered rooms clues outside the grid indicate the digit which has to be placed in the nth cell in the corresponding direction, where n is the digit placed in the first cell in that direction. So if we use this 7 clue, for example, if this was a 8, that would mean that we would count 8 cells along, and that's where we would put the 7. If this was a 5, that would mean we would count 5 cells along, and that's where we would put the 7. That's all the numbered rooms clues mean. Similarly with the 5. If this was a 4, we would have to put the 5 in the 4th cell along. That's all the numbered clues mean. Numbered rooms clues mean. That's the entire restriction we've got. We've got no numbers given in the grid. All we've got is the clues outside the grid. Wish me luck because I've never succeeded at one of these. Let's give this a shot. So there are a couple of things I've learned while doing this before. If we look at this top row, if we think about 1, where can 1 go? Because if you put 1 here, that means with a numbered room clue of 2 that you would have to put 2 in the first cell. So this would have to be 1 and 2. If we put 1 here, this would have to be 1 and 3. Similarly along here. So if you've got a 1 in the inner on a border, it either has to be a 1 clue or a clue that isn't clued. So this becomes a 1 because I can't put it in any of those. Oh, and this is going to kick in because now we know this is cluing the 1, and we know the 1 is in the 9th position. Okay. Oh, and this is cluing the 8 clue. So we know the 8 is going to be in, the 9th position. And then this is cluing the 7 clue. So we know the 7 is going to be in the 8th position. And this is clue. Is this going to keep going? Is it this easy? This is going to clue the 6. So the 6 has to be in the 7th position. And no, it stops there because that is not cluing the 3. Okay, so, but that was a bit of a start. Now it means that 7 can't be 1, 2, or 3. It's not a huge amount. I've never succeeded. And this one's a little restricted because 7 can't go here. 7 can't go here because this can't be 6, and 7 can't go here because this can't be 1. So this is only 2, 3, 4, or 5, which there's almost certainly a better thing to look at, but I don't know what it is. It's probably up here. So these cells can never be 1, but even without this one, they could never be 1, because if you think about it in isolation, let's think about this 6 clue in isolation. This can never be 1 or 6, because if it's 1, it's saying that you have to put cell 6 into the cell that you just put 1 in, and if it's 6, it means that you have to put 6 in the 6th cell. So this would be 6 and this would be 6, and that doesn't work. So you can never put a digit, a 1 or the digit that's clued in a column that's clued. So this can never be a 1 or a 2, this can never be a 1 or a 3, this can never be 1, 4, this can never be 1, 5. And similarly down here, this can never be a 1 or a 3, even though they don't see 1 or 3. If this is a 1, then it would also have to be a 3, and if this is a 3, that is a 3. It just doesn't work. 7 here can't be in those, can be in those or those. So it can be 4, 5, 7, or 8 only. Oh, so it's 4, 5, 7, or 8 only. And because I can't put it in the first 3 because there's a 7 there. 4, 5 is fine. I can't put it in. Oh, hang on. Could put it in 6. Why did I say it can't be 6? Hang on. These are pointing at each other. So these have to sum. These have to sum. I can't put a 5. So let me remove this. I can't put a 7 there because if I did, it would be 5 from each direction. So this can't be 5. So this is 2, 3, 4. But if it's here, then this becomes an 8 and this is a 2. If I put it here, this is a 3 and this is a 7. So these have to be the opposite of that. So this is 8, 7, or 6, and it can't be 7 or 8. So this is 6, this is 7, and this is 4. That's a cool trick. But that's not clued anything. That means 6 here can't be 1, 2, or 3. Oh, hang on. We've already got the 6 here, so that is not helpful. This is the problem with these. Looking at the clues, I can't see where to see the information. I can put 7 in those by Sudoku. I can put 6 in those by Sudoku, but I can't put 6 there because, as I said, you cannot put 1 or the digit that it's cluing in the first cell. So that means 6, 4 or 5 is either here. So 4 is here or 5 is here. And 5 can't be here. Because if 5 was here, that would have to be 5 and there'd be 2 5s in the row. That's very clever. So if this is a 6, this is a 5, and then this would have to be a 5. So that's not a 6, that's a 6, which means this is a 4. Now, 7s here mean either that is 2 or that is 3, and that can't be 2, because if that's 2, that would have to be a 2 to put a 2 in the second spot, and you can't do that. So this has to be the 7, which means that's the 3. Again, that is very clever. Now, this 7 clue can only be 1 through 6 now, and it can't be 1 because of what we've already discussed. So 7... Oh, okay, that's way too many pencil marks. That's done. That's not done. Now, 6 can't be 1, 2, 3, but it can be any of those. 7 can't be 1, 2, 3, but it can be any of those. 8 can't be 7, 8, or 9, because I can't put it up there. 9 can't be 9. Actually, 9 is a bit restricted, because it can't be 1, 2, 3, and it can't be 9. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. It can't be 6 or 7 because it sees 6 and 7 in multiple directions. So it's 4, 5, or 8. And that can't be a 4, because if that's a 4, that would put a 4 there because of the 4 clue. So that's not a 4. And it's not an 8 because it sees an 8. That's a 5. So that's a 4, and that's a 9. And that 9 is cluing 3, which puts 3... No, not there. It puts 3 in the 9th spot. It puts 3 there, which puts 3 up here. 3 there would put 2 there, which can work. Man, some of this indexing can be hard to see. Now, this is down to just being a quad, as is this, and I'm much more interested in this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Now, you can't put 8 on an 8 clue. You can't put a 2 on a 2 clue. Now, that means that the 8 is there, there, or there. So this can't be a 9 because I can't put an 8 down there. So this is 2 or 3, which means 8 is in one of those two. 7 is here, 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 or here. Well, I can't put the 7 here. This isn't 2 or 3 because there's already a 7 in the box. And the 8 must be here because of this 2 or 3. This is the 9, so this is the 7. That takes 9 out of both of those. Now, 6 is here, here, or here. And I can't put it in either of those because 6 sees both 2 and 3. So this is the 8. So this is the 6. This is not 6. This is now 3. This is now 2. So that is now 2. And the 2 is indexing the 8, which makes that 8. And I've got this entire top row. 1 is indexing itself. 3 is putting 2 there. 7 is putting 3 there. 6 is putting 4 there. 4 is putting 5 there. 8 is putting 6 there. 9 is putting 7 there. 2 is putting 8 there. And 5 is putting 9 there. That is all done. 5 puts 4 there. 7 puts 6 there. 6 puts 7 there. 9 puts 3 there. Don't have this. So that's not done. That's not done. 8 puts 7 there. 7 can't be 2 anymore because I can't put 7 there. 7 is there, there, or there. That's all okay. But this is not done. 5 is not done, but I could look at it. Now, 9 and 8 are done. 2 is not done, but it does appear a bit limited. 5 is not done, and this 4 is indexing the 7. So these are the only clues that are not done. So before I do that, is there any Sudoku I can do? This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 8 in there, so that's the 8. This is 5, 9, and we know the order, 5 and 9. That puts 9 in one of those two. This is a good intro puzzle. 1, 3, and 4. There's no 4 in there, so that's the 4. This is a 1, 3 pair. So we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9 go in there. And these are 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that looks correct. Now that's the 9 and that's the 5 because I've already got the 5 in the column. So there's no 5 there anymore. So this is 3 or 4. So 7 is in one of those two. Nine doesn't look helpful. So let's look at these clues and see what they can be. So this can't be 1. It can be 2. It can't be 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It can be 6. So 6. It can't be 6 because that can't be a 5. 7, 8. It can't be 9. So it's 2, 7, or 8. Actually, what is this quad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can't be 2 because I can't put two, that just doesn't work. So that puts 2 in one of those, and it can't be 8. So that is not 8. This is 6 or 7. So 2 is in one of those. It's not as helpful as I wanted. Actually, I'll keep going around. 5. This is actually a quintuple, which I'm going to put in because this is going to interact with another part of the quintuple. So I'm actually going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know that these are not 9. There's no... Ooh, actually, that's not 4. This can't be 5 because this can't be 3. So that's not 5. 1, 2, 9... So this can't be 1 or 5, so this is a 2 or a 4. So the 5 can only be there or there, and the 5 can't be there. And the 5 can't be there because that can't be 3. So that can't be 4, that is a 2, that is a 5. There is no 2 up here, there is no 5 in either of those. This is a 1, 4, 9. That's unexpected. Does it do anything? That clue is now done. Did that actually... This is not 6. 7 is in 2. I've got to put a 5 in here. I've got to put a 5 in one of those two. I'm not sure. What about this 9? So the row is almost empty, but I can't put it in 7, 8, or 9 because I can't put 9 up there. So it's 2 to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't be 5 or 6. I said 5 or 6. So it's 2, 3, or 4. So 9 is in one of those. It's not 3 because I can't put 9 there. So this is 2 or 4. So 9 is in one of those. Actually, I should have just marked this quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And that can't be 4. So this is 1, 2, 3. It can't be 1 because of the fact that you can't put 1 in there. So 6 is in one of those two. Six is in one of those two. It'll be Sudoku at this point I'm missing. It has to be, doesn't it? It's a cool intro puzzle, but I'm missing something. 2, 7, and 8. So those. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can only be from 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't be 2. Hang on. Yeah, it can't be 2 because of that. For it to be 5, that is 2. That would be 3 and that would be 6. I don't see a problem there. For this to be 6... Seven is in one of... 4 is in one of these two. So if this is 3, this is 7, and I can't put 4 in this column. This is 4, this is 7. So that's really nice. So 4 has to go in one of these two cells. If this is 3, this is 7, and there's no 4 in this column. That's very cool. That is a really nice trick that I would possibly have never seen if I had been playing with this on my own. Wow. So now I need to put a 9 in one of those three. Actually, so these are 1, 2, 3, and 9. That is not 9. So that could still be 5. There's no 7 there anymore. 6 or 7. 2 is in one of those. Hang on, this is 6 or 7. 2 is in one of those. That can't be a 2. That's a 4, which means that's the 9, which means that's not a 6 because that's not a 2. That is the 7 and that's the 2. This is not 2 or 4. These clues are now done. That 7 means that's not a 7. That's not a 7. That's not a 7. That's a 2, 8, so that becomes a 6. That is not a 6. 2 or 8 means that or that is 5. There's no 4 there. These are the only clues I haven't done. 6 is there or that is 5. Probably Sudoku. 4 is in one of those two. There's no 9 there anymore because I've got the 9. There's no 3 there. Nine is not in... No, 9 is not in any of those. That is a 9 because of these 9s here. I need to put an 8 in here, but that's okay. I need to put a 6 in here. 6 is in one of those two, but those two 6s means that's not the 6. This is the 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 8. Where is 9 in this row? 9 has to go over here. It can't go in either of those two. That's the 9. This is not the 9. This gives me a 1, 4 pair. The Sudoku on this is still quite tricky. One, 3, 5, 6, 9. So 9 is in the middle of this box because of all of the 9s looking into the box. So these are 1, 3, 5, and 6. There's no 3 at the top, but there's no 6 in the middle. So 6 is looking up. So this is not the 6, and this is the 6. And that 6 is in the third spot, so that's the 3. This is not 3, and this is done. Now, this is 5 is still in one of those two positions. This is still not done. Or if it is, I don't know how. Not yet. I will soon. That's 1. That's 2. There is no 1 in any of these. So these are 3, 5, and 6. This is 1, 2, 5, and 8. That's all that's left in the row, and it's not 2 or 8. So it's 1 or 5. One, 2, 5, 7, and 8. So 7 is in here. 2, 5, 7, 8. There's no 5 there. There's no 2 there. There's no 2 there. There's no 3 there. Oh, so 3 can't go in any of those. That's a 3. These are 1, 4, 7, 8. 1, 4, 7, 8. Yes. So these are 1, 4, 7, 8. Even the Sudoku on this is still tricky. This is... There's no 7 there. That's 1, 8. Either that or I'm still just being blind, like that 5, looking over, making that 3. That 3 makes that 1, which makes that 3, which makes that 8. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5, which makes this 1. And now 5 is not in the 8th spot, so that has to be 2, so that is 5. This is now a 7-8 pair, and now we must just be down to Sudoku because I'm pretty certain all the numbered rooms clues are done. 8, that is a 1-2 pair, which makes that 4 and 1. There is no 1 there. The 8 makes that 7, which makes that 8. The 7 looks back, making that 4. This now needs to be 7. The 5 and 6 does not appear to be resolved, but the 2 here makes this 8. 8. These are 1, 4, and 6. There's a 1 and a 6 here, so that's the 4. 1, 6. Not yet. So this is a pair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 and 7. The 7 makes that 2 and that 7. 1, 3, 5, and 8. Well, there's no 5 and 8 in those, so that's the 1, 3, so there's no 1, 3 in here. This 8 makes this 5, makes this 8. The 5 makes this 6 and this 5. The 6 makes this 1 and this 6. The 1 makes this 3 and this 1. The 3 and the 1 make that 2, that 1, that 3, this 2 and this 1. And that's correct. It did not take me 3 hours. I forgot to restart my clock again. Sorry about that. But even though it says the solution is correct, let's see why. So we have 1 in the first position, which is correct. We have 2 in the third position. We have 3 in the 7th position. We have 4 in the 6th position. We have 5 in the 4th position. We have 6 in the 8th position. We have 7 in the 9th position. We have 8 in the 2nd position. And we have 9 in the 5th position. We have 4 in the 5th position. We have 6 in the 7th position. We have 7 in the 6th position. We have 3 in the 9th position. We have 6 in the 3rd position. And we have 9 in the 4th position. We have 7 in the 8th position. We have 7 in the 4th position. We have 5 in the 2nd position. We have 1 in the 9th position. We have 8 in the 9th position. We have 2 in the 7th position. We have 5 in the 2nd position. And we have 7 in the 4th position. That is very cool. So the tricks that this taught us is that in the first area, if there's a clue, it cannot be a 1 or the clue it's giving unless it's a 1, in which case it can be a 1. So if there is a 1, it has to be on a non-clued column or a 1. If you've got things pointing at each other, the outside clues must sum to 10. so that it's not in the middle and they're both being fives, but wherever it goes, in this case here, that's the fourth position from one direction and six from the other. When you've got a clue like this on a corner where they're both clued, you can know that you can look in both directions for a restriction. And this was helpful up here because it meant that 9 was restricted in one column, and because 4 was restricted in the other, I could just use the combination of what the restriction was to give me both. So that was very useful. Yeah, and of course, when you have a digit in a box, it eliminates all of the possible options for that box, and you can get pressures from multiple directions. That was a very cool puzzle as an intro to numbered rooms. I'm still very, very scared for trying some of the hard ones, but so I may do a partially scripted solve where I look at some of the hints of where I need to look at, but I'll probably leave it a week or so before I do that. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you found the Numbered Rooms 101 to be a helpful puzzle for those of you who were struggling with the concept of numbered rooms if you'd seen it before and found it a little daunting. And thank you again, Angelo, for setting the puzzle to allow people to get their feet wet while exploring numbered rooms. Thanks everyone, and good luck with your solving.